Hello everyone, how you doing today? So, for those of you that are serious manifestors, I thought I would go through the very beginning of the lessons on manifesting so you could come along with me. So I'm going to give you some lessons from my book, one by one. It's small bits here. So I wanted to start out with the very first one. And the most important thing to manifest something great in your life is to pick something that you're excited about. Now, I know that that seems like it would be the easiest part, but let me assure you that it is often the hardest part. I'll read a little bit so you can go there. It said, okay, your first step toward manifesting your dream is deciphering what really gets you excited, passionate, and in love enough to manifest it. See, that's the key. We don't get excited and we don't fall in love with things very often. And that's why we don't manifest more things in our life. It's the very love of something that pulls it toward you like a big magnet. And then if it doesn't show up in your life, it's only because you're blocking it somewhere, not because the love isn't bringing it toward you. But that's another step. So let's stay focused on what would you want. So when I have people trying to figure out what they want, one of the first things that comes up is they believe they can't get the big things or the things that really matter. And so, this is also from my book. When we were children, we had no problem figuring out what we wanted. Our dreams didn't get squashed, we just kept dreaming bigger and bigger. But somewhere along the line, we got told not to dream so big or that it would be impossible to buy a castle. Not true. One of my best friend's brother actually owns a castle in Ireland, so not impossible. Or impossible to become a movie star. Did it? I did it. Okay, maybe star wouldn't quite be the word, but I did get my SAG card and I was in major movies. And no, you wouldn't remember me from them, but lots of people have that wish to be in the movies. So it can happen, even if you don't become a movie star like me. Anyway, another thing is you tell yourself that you can't travel the world, for instance, where people are doing that without money. So believing it's impossible, we then stop wanting, dreaming, and wishing, and then we don't get anything. And then our worst fears are realized because we are living unmagical lives. If you were truly satisfied with just paying your bills and going to work every day and muddling through the rat race, then you wouldn't be reading this. I can assure you, you will never have that life again because miracles and magic do exist and you deserve them and you're about to tap into them. So one of the most important things I tell people is that looking back, I realize how important being very precise is when you send out your desires. For instance, if you wanted to call me Linda West, you would have to dial up Linda West. If you dialed up Linda Westwood, you wouldn't get me. It's the same thing when you go to put out your wish to the universe. You really have to define date, time, event, exactly what you want. Just like when I was trying to manifest James Patterson coming into my work because I want to co-write with him. Well, I had a James Patterson come in, but it wasn't James Patterson, the famous author I wanted to write with. See what I mean? You have to be very precise. So today, I challenge you to take this question. If you had $300 million given just to you, $300 million, what would you do with that? Now, seriously, this is what I give to all my clients too, because it seems really simple figuring out what you want. But the number one people I found in rehabs were people that had lost their zest for living. They didn't have any joy or passion. So discovering what would really make you happy does matter. It matters not only for you to get that to make you happy, but even moving toward it. Writing the book brought me as much happiness as the book being out there now, whether it sells or not. It was the writing, the journey, the joy that I'm pushing you toward. So today, sit down and write out for yourself. If you had $300 million right now, what would you do for it? With it, rather. I mean, when I sat down and did this exercise, I wanted to save the rainforest. I wanted to, put up houses for the homeless. But at the end, I was still going to have millions left for me. And I had to sit and say, now just selfish for me, what? What do I want? I urge you to ask yourself that question because that's the beginning. Happy manifesting, my friends. Looking forward to you getting exactly what you want. Have a wonderful day.